The winter was merciless that year, the kind of cold that didn't just freeze fingers, but dreams. Snow covered the land like a white grave, and the wind howled through the empty streets of the frontier town like a hungry wolf. On the edge of that market, under a sky heavy with storm clouds, stood a woman who looked as though life had stripped her down to nothing but bones and hope. Her clothes were torn, color washed away by time and struggle. A thin shawl wrapped her shoulders, more symbolic than warm. A baby rested in a cloth sling across her chest, too tired to cry anymore. Beside her stood a small blond boy, pale from hunger, holding her arm as if she might disappear. A little girl, barely able to speak full sentences, hugged her mother's legs to keep from falling in the cold. Her name was Ilara. She had been standing in the market for hours, clutching the last piece of her old life, her wedding ring. Her voice trembled every time she spoke. "Please, I will trade this ring for food." No one stopped long. Some spared a glance of pity. Others frowned in suspicion. One merchant looked at the ring and scoffed. "Too worn. Not worth much." Another shrugged, uninterested. "Times are hard for everyone, lady." Ilara swallowed her humiliation each time. Every no felt like a gust of freezing wind against her heart. But she could not leave, not while her children were starving. Her little girl tugged her dress weakly. "Mama, hungry." Ilara's lips quivered, though she had learned not to cry, and tears wasted strength. She lifted the ring again, voice cracking. "Please, just a loaf of bread. I beg you." No answer. The world was turning away from her, one person at a time, and until he saw her. Across the market walked a man of presence, tall, broad-shouldered, wearing a dark coat and leather vest, snowflakes melting against his hat brim. People moved aside when he passed, as if the air itself recognized him. His jaw was strong, his eyes darker than the storm overhead. A holstered revolver rested at his side. But the true weapon was the calm authority in his gaze. His name was Rhett Callahan, a wealthy rancher, owner of land so wide a man could ride for days and never reach the end. Cattle by the thousands, horses bred with pride, barns full even in winter. Some said he was cold like iron. Others said he was just alone. Rhett had no reason to notice Ilara. Yet he did. He stopped several steps away, watching her attempt to hand over the ring to a passing butcher. A ring she clearly didn't want to let go of. "I'll buy it." His voice cut through the freezing air like a spark. Ilara turned, stunned. Nobody had addressed her with such stillness, such certainty in years. "You want the ring?" she whispered. He nodded once. "How much will you offer?" she asked, ashamed to even ask. Rhett didn't speak. He simply reached into his coat, pulled out a pouch of coins, and placed it in her trembling